So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Now it's Burrow.
Oh, that is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now Burrow. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. A short throw there pulled in by all. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Here we go.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
Touchdown, Bengals.
T. Higgins.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
On the return, here's Parker Washington. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. He may go.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Lawrence will throw. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence.
Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Hey, I'm gun. Hey, lion.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Gabriel Davis.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now it's Burrow. They'll run the screen with Moss.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Chase Brown with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
To return it, here comes Keelan Robinson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
All right, let's go. Sink right. 11.
Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a throw again as Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right.
This ball caught by Strange.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. And he fires one incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Etienne is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Bengals 21, Jaguars 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Here's Robinson. Here's Robinson.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Let's go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
Stiff-armed him. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. An inside give. Brown knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Burrow looking to pass. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
11.
Burrow will throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
11 mighty.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Chase Brown,
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
13, Luke.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On red.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, a short throw there to Strange.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And he will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Here we go. 11. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. This is caught at the 20. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the...
Show them what we're made of, D. Let's go. Keep out of the end zone. Defense, 1 stop.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we...